COVID-19 protocol version of boxing until we get to Robert Hoyle tonight. Robert Hoyle is the first referee we are seeing wearing the mask.
Oh! Yes, and this is basically the 12th fight that we've had during our summer series, and Robert Hoyle is the first referee to wear a mask. Bob Bennett, the executive director of the Nevada State Athletic Commission, told me, look, it's at the discretion of each referee whether they want to wear a mask, and Robert Hoyle is the first to do it in our summer series. Such is the case here with Jones and Sekhniashvili for Hoyle. By the way, guys, Sekhniashvili, you can hear the thud. He's a heavy-handed guy.
Let him go, hands free. Let him go.
Sekhniashvili is a bruiser type of fighter. You know, you see he's very physical. He has exceptional punching power in both hands. His only mission is just to come, seek, and destroy.
Not behind the head.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you call what we're hearing right now from Sekhniashvili. Like every punch, the jab, the body shots, the head shots, they're heavy. And obviously Jones feels them too, so whatever his game plan is, I know he's searching for a plan B right now.
I mean, he is a power puncher. We had a talk with him yesterday. We said, you know, that just that feeling about being a power puncher. And he said to us, hey, half of my amateur fights ended by knockout. Amateur fights. Said Tim, he shared a story with us. He said when he was 17 years old, he hit a grown man so hard in training that he broke his cheekbone in 4 places.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous power right there.
There's a right hand, came behind the jab. Jones is 8-1.
But I'm gonna tell you this, Isiah Jones has got a good chin on him, Joe, because he's got his chin in the air and he's got caught with a couple of those hammers and he stood up well.
Yes, he has.
Hey, but Dre, look at the eyes of Jones. Those eyes are wide open. When you see the punch, you can absorb it. The punches that
better
you don't
be
see,
wide open.
ones that hurt the most.
Those eyes better be open wide as saucers with those kind of hammers coming at you.
Let him go, Isiah. Let him go. Let him go.
That little left hand to the body for Sekhniashvili had something with it.
Stop! Stop!
That was squared up on the inside. Fun fighter to watch at this stage of development. Jones is coming off his lone loss. That was back in November against Destin Butler. That was a fight back in Ohio.
Let him go, hands free. 10 seconds, guys.
Coming to the end of round number 1. Detroit's Isiah Jones against the 5-0 Nikoloz Sekhniashvili. This fanless boxing broadcast, then you can just go to espn.hearmecheer.com to participate. You can cheer along using Hear Me Cheer on any device, and maybe you can drown out the thud of the punches of the 26-year-old Nikoloz Sekhniashvili. He comes from Georgia, the former Soviet Republic of Georgia, but has been in the U.S. since February. He's been here on a P1 visa and has not been able to return to his native country because of the restrictions during COVID-19. So he's been in the U.S. for a while now. He's been training, readying for this moment, and we'll see if he can take advantage and move his mark to 6-0. In that first round, Sekhniashvili landed 18 punches to Isiah Jones' 8 landed punches. And in terms of power punch percentage, he landed 32%.
Stop!
Yeah, Sekhniashvili is so predictable. He's coming through the front door. You know, he has a temperament of a puncher. A puncher's temperament is that anything he touches, he destroys.
Stop! Be careful on the elbow. Be careful.
Yeah, I appreciate Coach Anthony Anderson giving his fighter some instructions, but there was nothing easy about the work that he had to deal with in that first round from Sekhniashvili.
Let's go, Isiah. Good job. Right hand free. Hands free, guys. Let him go.
See, Jones not only has to deal with the power and the heavy-handedness of Sekhniashvili, he has to deal with the physicality right here. Pushing and grappling, Sekhniashvili getting those short body shots in, grappling some more, then pushing them off, resetting and starting it all over again. That's a lot to deal with for Jones.
Well, if I'm Jones, I'm okay with that, Trey, because I don't want that man Sekhniashvili to stem with those hands. So tie him up in the inside and don't allow him to work. Jones needs to get on his jab. That's what he needs to do. That's how you keep a fighter up off of you. Stick him with that jab. That's the longest weapon you have to the target.
He's only landed 8% of his jab so far tonight, Timmy, but just even throwing it would be a good thing to try to get Sekhniashvili off of. Digging body shots.
2 heavy body shots.
Oh, very heavy body shots from Sekhniashvili.
Watch the elbow. Watch the elbow.
That's what's been going on the inside, Tim. That's what I'm saying. The inside is not safe either.
Oh, yeah.
You guys working there.
See a little bit of everything during this summer series, from champions to contenders and prospects like this, and more to come next week. For Joshua Greer, who's a top 10 bantamweight, but Greer's got business ahead of him tonight in a tough fight against Mike Plania. But right now, Mark Kriegel, the focus is Nikoloz Sekhniashvili.
Well, a couple of years ago, the manager, Peter Kahn, and his trainer, Javier Centeno, saw him in a gym in Greece. They heard a guy pounding a bag next door. They said, I'm going to go see the heavyweight. They go next door, and they see Nika, a middleweight with heavyweight-sized hands. Next thing you know, he's living in a condo in Florida, working out with NFL players, doing strength and conditioning, including Frank Gore, who said, man, your hands are so big, you should be catching passes instead of taking punches.
Man, to think of that, they thought they were listening to a heavyweight hit the bag. I will say this, guys, Tim and Drake, it's funny because obviously for those of us that have spent decades ringside, our eyes tell us certain things. When you look at the back of Sekhniashvili, when you just look at his conformation, his body, and his scope across the back, I would swear that it's not a guy that weighed in at 159 pounds yesterday. He just looks so much bigger and thicker than a guy that's
He does. His back looks thick. Yes, his back looks very
definitely
thick.
filled out.
Tess.
Yeah, he's filled out. He put on, I'm sure he put the weight back on after the weigh-in, but if you look at his legs, he's got sort of small legs for a light heavyweight, and he seems to be real top heavy, and I think that's why that back looks like that.
Yeah, he's definitely top heavy.
A lot of credit to Isiah Jones, man. He's not winning this fight, but he is very, very tough and takes a tremendous shot because he's gotten hit clean by some of these heavy shots that we've been seeing him get hit by.
Yeah, every time Isiah Jones is on the outside, it's easy for him. All he got to do is make the stronger fighter miss and then make him pay. That's what he needs to do.
Ooh. It's just all of that, Tim, that he's got to deal with to get that done.
All that wild swinging, that's it. That's all it is, Dre. That's all wild swinging.
But I agree with you that Jones needs to pick up his jab over time. That's the only shot he's got to create distance and to keep those heavy hands off of him and to try to pile up some points.
Very clean.
Oh, and one more thing, Dre, to add on that. Go to the body of Sekhniashvili.
Watch the head.
Go down to the body. That's how you take something out of a guy that's strong. You dig him down to the body, you're going to weaken him.
End of 3 from Vegas. Ward Sekhniashvili landed 22 power punches in that third round, including a right uppercut.
Yeah, but it's how he set the right uppercut up. We missed just a few seconds earlier, but here we go right here. He just wastes the right there. I really don't want that. That's what I want right there. That shows us that Sekhniashvili is not just a bruiser. He's a guy who's a thinker inside the ring. Great sequence right there.
And there are the power punches in the last round. 50% landed in that last round for Sekhniashvili.
Not just one. Not just one.
Bernardo, what is the hope they're talking about in the corner of Isiah Jones?
Anthony Anderson said, hey, right now he's a spectator just like everybody else watching. He needs to step it up, get behind the jab. This guy's not doing anything special. He's just walking in, walking him down. but we've got to get the jab going, and he's got to get involved.
Yeah, last thing you want to hear is somebody describing your fighter as just a spectator. That's the trainer describing a fighter as just a spectator.
Let him go. Work it out, guys. Work it out.
Listen, Jones ain't doing anything at all. Tying up when he get close.
I said break. I said break.
That's it. He got to let his hands go. He got to get some respect from Sekhniashvili. Stop watching. Wait. You're not fainting. Can I get a feint?
That's so jab.
Both sides. Don't let him close the distance before you start fighting. Let him close the distance.
If I'm in the camp or in the corner of Sekhniashvili, the first thing that I'm going to do is not praise him for the shots he landed. I'm gonna get on him about what he's not doing, which is that right there. He's not using the jab. He's not setting anything up. Okay, tonight is one thing. We got to think 3, 4, 5 fights up the road. Guys are going to start timing him, and everybody's not going to be in Isiah Jones. Some guys are not going to be afraid to stand in the lion's den and hit Sekhniashvili, so he's got to learn to come behind that jab right there to hide his shots.
Dre, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Good shot from Jones right there.
As you see, anytime Jones lets his hands go, Sekhniashvili is there to be hit. He just needs to do it more often.
Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Let his hands out.
Keep him there. Let's go. Keep him here, Nico. You want him right here? Don't let him out. He's just surviving, Nico.
So right hand from Sekhniashvili to close out round number 4 here. And there are a lot of folks in the know who say, watch out, Greer is in tougher than people ever realized tonight. And we told you the betting line has been moving on the fight with money coming in all afternoon long on Mike Plania, so we could have a thriller in the main event. Greer has guaranteed us a knockout. He says it's time to step up and show something after some disappointment with recent outings. Of course, wins, but disappointment, and wanting to see some improvement, work his way towards a title shot. Round number 5 here, scheduled for 6, with the undefeated Sekhniashvili against Isiah Jones.
Keep working on him. Stay on him, Mika.
Isiah Jones is a better fighter than what he's showing right now. You know, it's just telling me that the power of Sekhniashvili is real. He's very cautious in there.
Hands free. Hands free.
He's thinking about defense first instead of offense.
You can almost read Sekhniashvili's mind right now. How is Isiah Jones still standing after I've hit him with the type of shots that I hit him with? Good lesson for Sekhniashvili. Everybody is not going to fall. Sometimes a fighter can just take your punch, and it's just the way that he is. You cannot explain it. It's good for him to not have guys fall all the time when he hits it.
He has landed twice as many total punches. He has landed 66 power punches to this point.
And Dre, to add to that, when you're fighting a guy that you hit him to the head and he don't go anywhere, well, why don't you continue to go down to the body? Everybody hates getting hit down to the body.
First body shot Isiah Jones threw tonight.
Catch and shoot.
It was a beautiful combination. Then he sat there and looked and was like, you're not going to hit me back?
Nice right uppercut from Sekhniashvili. Isiah Jones, who comes from Detroit. His grandfather, one of the original Kronk fighters, David Machine Gun Braxton.
Hands free, guys. Hands free. Keep him in front.
Fought Mike McCallum for the title back in '85. His grandfather was 39-4. They'll have 1 round to go. At the MGM Grand Conference Center, it has been home and will continue to be for Top Rank Boxing on ESPN. The return of the sport with the COVID-19 protocols and standards as they sanitize everything in that ring in between each and every bout. And the participants, the fighters, the cornermen, the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Top Rank and ESPN personnel, everybody is tested and operating inside that bubble that's been created there in Vegas at the MGM Grand. 6th and final round. Sekhniashvili from the old Soviet Republic of Georgia, who's been in the United States and unable because of travel restrictions to get back home, but he's taken the time to train very well. He has been in total control, landing 103 total punches to Jones' 46 to this point. He's the undefeated fighter, 5-0, 4 knockouts.
All you young fighters out there that have punching power, you know, this is an example. You know, Sekhniashvili's trying to knock out Jones. That's the reason why it's not happening for him. He's trying. He's loading up 1 punch at a time. What he needs to do is just let his hands go naturally, let them flow, and he'll have better results.
Come on, let's work it out.
There's 1 shot.
Went to the body with that left hand, and then comes up top.
Yeah, Jones is just being overpowered tonight. That's it. Jones is a way better fighter than this, but he's just being overpowered.
Let him go, guys. Come on, come on. So! It's very clean. That's right.
Sekhniashvili is blowing a little bit. He seems to be a little winded at the moment.
Yeah, loading up with every punch. Absolutely, he's going to be tired. You don't have to try to hit hard. You know that, Dre. Just let them hands flow naturally. Those hands are heavy.
Over the top with a right hand.
Yeah, Jones has got some chin on him.
Yes, he does. He need to move his head. That's what he needs to do, though. Get away from them shots.
He took a lot, because that's really the story when it comes to Nika. 95 landed against Isiah Jones.
6 rounds here inside MGM Grand. We go to the cards. Judge Ricardo Ocasio has it 59-55. Judges Eric Cheek and Patricia Morse-Jarman have it 60-54. Your winner by unanimous decision, Nika, the Experiment, Sekhniashvili.
6-0 now is Nika Sekhniashvili.